Hello everyone, today I read you a book about Japan. Where is it? Japan is a string of islands just off the east coast of Asia in the Pacific Ocean. It stretches more than 2,400 kilometers, is 1,500 miles in length. Between Japan and Asia lies in the Sea of Japan, also known as the East Sea. Japan's neighbors in Asia include China, North and South Korea, and Russia. Japan includes 4 main islands and thousands of smaller islands. The largest island is Honshu, which includes Japan's biggest cities. In fact, more than 80% of Japan's population live on Honshu. The capital city of Japan, Tokyo, is on Honshu. More than 32 million people live and work in Tokyo. Despite its modern skyscrapers, Tokyo is over 400 years old. At first, it was a fishing village. Gradually, it grew to become a major city in Japan. Today, Tokyo is a crowded, bustling center for international trade and business. At the heart of Tokyo is the Imperial Palace, the home of the Japanese Emperor. The city is also Japan's major center for culture. It includes all types of museums, beautiful parks and gardens, zoos and theaters. People. More than 127 million people live in Japan, with 4 out of every 5 people living in urban areas. Their main language is Japanese. Many people who live in cities work in banks, restaurants, hospitals, and other service industries. Others work in factories producing high-tech products such as motor vehicles, cell phones, computers, and television. In fact, Japan is one of the world's leading producers of electronics. In cities along the coast, people work in huge harbors as part of Japan's large fishing industry. The country runs one of the biggest fleets of fishing ships in the world because Japan's cities are so crowded. Many people live in tall apartment buildings. However, people live in houses and smaller apartment buildings in the suburbs. In some Japanese homes, the floors are covered with thick rice straw mats called tatami. It is a Japanese custom to take one's shoes off when entering a home. Many Japanese sit on the tatami mats to eat. Some people sleep on thin beds called futons that are rolled out on top of the floor. The room in some homes are divided by paper or bamboo screens instead of walls. Land. Japan is a rugged country filled with tall mountains and surrounded by water. In fact, most of Japan is covered with mountains. As a result, most of Japan's large cities are near the flat areas of land along the coast. The country is located in one of the most geologically unstable areas in the world. People in Japan live in the shadow of more than 70 active volcanoes. The most famous volcano in Japan is Mount Fuji, which has not erupted in many years. Most fast-flowing rivers run through the mountains of Japan. Lakes have formed both near the ocean and in volcanic craters in the mountains. The Japanese also live under the threat of frequent earthquakes, with more than 1,000 tremors occurring every year. An earthquake along the ocean floor can create a tsunami. Tsunami means higher wave in Japanese. A tsunami is an enormous ocean wave that may cause great destructions when it hits land. A large tsunami hit Japan in 2011, and it will take years for the country to fully recover. Japan has 4 seasons with a range in temperature similar to those along the east coast of the United States. The average temperature may drop as low as 4 degrees is 25 F in the winter to high of 26 degrees is 80 F. In the summer, the climate varies widely with cooler temperature in the north and warmer temperatures in the south. History. The Japanese called their country Nippon, which means sun's origin. They once believed that Japan was the first place on which the sun rays shone. It is also called the land of the rising sun. The country is thousands of years old and was highly influenced by its neighbor, the Chinese. Some historians think the Japanese learned to grow their staple crop, rice, from the Chinese. Japanese writing has also borrowed many characters from Chinese writing. Japan's history is full of conflict over land and power. For more than 2,000 years, people from the same imperial sea family have served as emperors for Japan. In the 12th century, a Japanese warrior took control of this country after a battle. He was the first shogun or military king. Japan was then ruled by shoguns remained for more than 600 years. They allowed the imperial family to serve as emperors even though they had little power. This was also the time of the samurai or princess warriors who followed a strict code of honor. The samurai were known as brave and skilled fighters. In the 19th century, Japan became a democracy in which people elected leaders to the Japanese parliament. However, Japan still has an empire. Celebration. One of the most important holidays in Japan is the New Year. During these week-long celebrations, it's a common Japanese practice to clean the house and pay any money owed to others. People also send good luck cards to each other. Children receive special toys such as kites and spinning tops. On New Year's Day, people often dress in traditional kimonos and eat special foods prepared only for the New Year, such as powdered rice cakes. Food. Japan grows most of its own rice, which is a staple of the Japanese diet. It is the main part of most meals. Japanese people also rely on the surrounding ocean for food. They include fish and other seafood in many meals. In city, a type of fast food called sushi, made with raw fish, is popular. Many Japanese people believe that food should look as good as it tastes. Meals are typically served as several different small dishes such as soups, noodles, or dumplings. Conclusion. Japan is a small, ancient island country covered with rock mountains, yet it includes bustling city filled with millions of people on top of the land shakes with earthquakes and volcanoes erupt often. Japan's people continue to thrive. They make the most of the land and waters around them. Over thousands of years, Japan has gained ideas from its neighbors in Asia, as well as developed its own traditions. In Japan, respect for ancient traditions and advances in new technology are found side by side. Bye, guys.